We don't really care who runs the ambulance service in Knox County. That is not what we are concerned with. What we are concerned with is having a provider here that can take care of the folks within Knox County.
New at 11, after months of debate, AMR will keep the ambulance contract in Knox County, but complaints about delays and slow response times have taken a toll on patients and first responders.
Tonight, 10 News reporter Fernando Garcia Franceschini shows us the impact of an ambulance delay on one family.
We don't really want that to happen to anyone else in Knox County.
More than a year ago, Catherine Trapp found her mother lying on the kitchen floor. First responders got there quickly, but she had to wait almost 2 hours for an ambulance.
There obviously wasn't enough staff or ambulances to provide care and nurturing or any sort of dignity in death.
It's now been more than a year, and the ambulance shortages have continued.
Something has to give. There has to be some sort of progress.
At Fire Station 20 in West Hills, it's a typical day.
This particular fire station, Station 20 in West Hills, runs in excess of 2,000 calls a year. About 65 to 70% of what they do is emergency medical services.
Knoxville Assistant Fire Chief Mark Wilbanks says fire crews are some of the first ones at the scene of an emergency. But when an ambulance takes too long to show up, it's a waiting game.
And that creates a situation where if other emergencies occur in the fire crew's first district, then they may not be able to respond to it, and a fire truck from a further distance off may have to respond. It could be 15 minutes, or it could be an hour to an hour and a half. We've even seen 2-hour waits before.
Wilbanks says crews are now starting to carry a few more medications so they can step in if an ambulance is delayed.
And our goal and our desire is to have an ambulance in a timely manner to get the patient to the hospital in a timely manner.
But AMR says the problem is not necessarily a lack of ambulances, as you can see here, but more a need for more workers to actually run the vehicles.
There's a national shortage of EMTs and paramedics.
Joshua Spencer with AMR says they are about 70% staffed, which includes about 170 clinicians, EMTs, and paramedics. He adds that people overusing the EMS system can also cause shortages.
A fair majority of the calls that we respond to are not urgent. A low acuity complaint can be something as simple as, I'll use a toothache, for example. That patient may not need an ambulance to go to the ER. They probably need a dentist.
Spencer says it's not always about time, but about making sure people get the care they need.
At the end of their experience of using the 911 system, were they better? That's the most important thing to ask.
But as commissioners look into the future of EMS service in Knox County, people like Catherine say it's about time things change.
There's no politics in this. This is all about doing the right thing for the citizens of East Tennessee.
Again, tonight, Knox County Commission approving a new deal with AMR in a 7-4 vote that will last the next 5 years.